Yes or no?
Shut up! I'll tell you to your face. Yes, yes, yes. I'll tell you to your face.
Vince McMahon has just revealed him and Linda are no longer together. Not only this, but he has revealed some very shocking details about their relationship. But first, we need to know a few things about the couple. The rise of Linda and Vince McMahon, an empire built on ambition. Linda and Vince McMahon's partnership is the cornerstone of the global entertainment juggernaut known as WWE. But their story begins far from the glitz and glamour of a billion-dollar enterprise. It is a tale rooted in humble beginnings, unwavering ambition, and an enduring partnership that has weathered the storms of personal and professional challenges. The McMahons are best known today for revolutionizing the world of professional wrestling, transforming it from a niche form of entertainment to a global cultural phenomenon. Yet the path to success was far from linear, and their journey reveals the complexities of building an empire while balancing family, scandal, and the scrutiny of the public eye. Linda Marie Edwards and Vincent Kennedy McMahon grew up in North Carolina, far removed from the neon lights and roaring crowds that would later define their careers. Linda, born on October 4, 1948 in New Bern, was an only child in a tight-knit religious family. Her upbringing was defined by discipline, education, and the values of hard work and resilience. She was a bright student who aspired to become a lawyer, drawn to the structure and intellectual challenges of the legal profession. Vince, born on August 24, 1945 in Pinehurst, had a starkly different childhood. His early life was marked by instability, as he was raised by his mother in a series of stepfathers after his father, Vincent J. McMahon, left the family. Vince would later describe some of his stepfathers as abusive, which shaped his relentless drive to overcome adversity. The pair met as teenagers in church. Vince, already known for his bold personality, was instantly drawn to Linda's intelligence and poise. Despite their differing backgrounds, they found common ground in their ambition and determination to forge better lives for themselves. Their relationship blossomed quickly, and by the time Linda was 17 and Vince was 21, they were married. In the early years of their marriage, the McMahons lived modestly. Vince attended East Carolina University, where he earned a degree in business administration, while Linda worked as a receptionist to support their household. Despite financial struggles, the couple was united in their desire to build something bigger. That opportunity came when Vince reconnected with his father, who was running Capital Wrestling Corporation, CWC, a regional wrestling promotion. Vince was immediately captivated by the world of professional wrestling, the colorful characters, over-the-top theatrics, and passionate fan base appealed to his innate sense of showmanship. Linda, while initially unfamiliar with the wrestling business, quickly became involved, contributing her organizational skills and business savvy. Together, they dreamed of expanding the reach of wrestling beyond the small territories it traditionally operated in, imagining a nationwide phenomenon that could rival any mainstream entertainment. The seeds of their vision were planted when Vince began working under his father in the CWC. Though Vince Sr. was reluctant to fully integrate his son into the business, Vince's enthusiasm and ambition were undeniable. Linda supported him every step of the way, even as the couple faced financial uncertainty and long hours. It was during this time that Linda began to hone her skills in contract negotiation and business management, laying the groundwork for her critical role in the McMahon empire. In 1982, Vince took the biggest gamble of his life. He purchased the company from his father, rebranding it as the World Wrestling Federation, WWF. This move required a massive financial risk, as Vince and Linda used loans and leveraged their assets to secure the deal. If it failed, they risked losing everything. Yet Linda and Vince were aligned in their belief that the wrestling industry was poised for transformation, and they were determined to lead that change. The early days of WWF were fraught with challenges, but Linda's unwavering support and Vince's unrelenting drive kept the dream alive. Their shared vision of turning wrestling into a form of sports entertainment, combining athleticism with storytelling, began to take shape. They introduced larger-than-life characters, compelling storylines, and innovative marketing strategies, setting the stage for a new era in wrestling. Humble beginnings. Linda Marie Edwards was born on October 4, 1948, in New Bern, North Carolina, a picturesque small town steeped in Southern charm and tradition. As an only child, Linda grew up in a close-knit household where family values, discipline, and a strong sense of faith formed the bedrock of her upbringing. Her parents, who emphasized the importance of education and personal integrity, nurtured Linda's natural curiosity and drive. A bright and studious young girl, she excelled academically and was actively involved in her local church. Her structured environment instilled in her a love for order and a fascination with the rule of law, sparking her early ambition to become a lawyer. Linda dreamed of making a difference in the world by championing fairness and justice, traits that would later define her professional demeanor. In stark contrast, Vincent Kennedy McMahon, born on August 24, 1945 in Pinehurst, North Carolina, had a turbulent and chaotic upbringing. Vince was the son of Vicki Hanner, a young mother navigating life amidst economic uncertainty, and Vincent James McMahon, a wrestling promoter who left the family when Vince was just a baby. With his father absent, Vince was raised by his mother and a succession of stepfathers, some of whom he later described as physically abusive. These early experiences shaped Vince's fiery determination to overcome adversity and become the master of his own destiny. Despite the challenges he faced, Vince showed signs of an unrelenting ambition and a natural flair for leadership, even as a young boy. His charisma and larger-than-life personality often made him the center of attention, and he carried an almost defiant belief in his ability to shape his own future. Their paths crossed during their teenage years at a small church in North Carolina. Linda was just 13 when she first met Vince, then 16 at a Sunday service. Vince, with his bold and assertive nature, immediately stood out, exuding a magnetic charm that intrigued Linda. Though their personalities seemed vastly different, Linda was measured and methodical, while Vince was impulsive and audacious. They found themselves drawn to one another. Vince admired Linda's intellect and grace, while Linda was captivated by Vince's confidence and his dreams of building a life far beyond their small-town roots. Their connection grew stronger as they began dating in high school. Vince's brash energy complemented Linda's calm pragmatism, creating a dynamic partnership that would become the foundation of their relationship. Even at this young age, they shared a vision of escaping their circumstances and achieving something extraordinary. Vince, who was attending military school at the time, often spoke of his desire to create a legacy, a dream Linda supported wholeheartedly. Linda, meanwhile, shared her aspirations of pursuing higher education and a career in law, goals Vince encouraged despite their limited means. By the time Linda was 17 and Vince 21, their relationship had blossomed into a deep and unwavering bond. They married in August 1966, embarking on a life together that would test their resilience and commitment in unimaginable ways. With little money and big dreams, the newlyweds relied on their shared determination and mutual support to navigate the challenges ahead. Vince pursued his degree in business at East Carolina University, while Linda worked to support them financially, taking jobs as a receptionist and later as a paralegal. Despite their modest beginnings, the couple's complementary strengths were already evident. Vince's boundless ambition was tempered by Linda's steadying influence, while Linda's meticulous planning benefited from Vince's bold, risk-taking approach. Together, they forged a partnership built on trust and a shared belief in their potential to achieve greatness. These early years of their marriage would set the stage for their rise to prominence as they began to lay the groundwork for what would eventually become World Wrestling Entertainment, WWE, an empire that would redefine the entertainment industry and cement their place in history. Early struggles. The McMahons' early years were far from glamorous, marked by hard work, financial struggles, and an unwavering determination to build a future. Vince McMahon attended East Carolina University, where he earned a degree in business. During this time, his wife Linda supported the family by working as a receptionist. The young couple lived modestly, taking on odd jobs to make ends meet. Despite their financial challenges, they shared a vision of success that would later fuel their meteoric rise in the world of professional wrestling. Vince's introduction to the wrestling business came through his father, Vincent J. McMahon, who ran the Capital Wrestling Corporation, a regional promotion that adhered to the territorial model dominant in professional wrestling at the time. Vince Sr. was initially reluctant to bring his son into the business, fearing that the wrestling world's unpredictable and rough environment might not suit him. However, he eventually relented, allowing Vince Jr. to serve as a promoter for a small territory in Maine. This opportunity proved to be a turning point in Vince's life and career. It was during this period that Vince McMahon began to envision a future for professional wrestling far beyond the traditional regional circuits. He saw potential in transforming wrestling from a localized attraction into a national and eventually global entertainment phenomenon. Unlike his father, who viewed wrestling primarily as a sporting enterprise, Vince imagined it as a blend of athletic competition and theatrical storytelling, a form of live-action drama that could capture the imagination of audiences far and wide. Linda, meanwhile, played an integral role behind the scenes, managing finances and providing steadfast support for Vince's ambitious vision. The 1980s were a defining decade for the McMahons and marked the birth of what we now know as World Wrestling Entertainment, WWE. In 1982, Vince McMahon took a bold step by acquiring the World Wrestling Federation, WWF, from his father. This move came with significant financial risk, as Vince secured loans and leveraged existing resources to take full control of the company. His goal was simple in concept but monumental in execution: to transform a regional wrestling business into a global entertainment powerhouse. At the time, professional wrestling in the United States operated on a territorial system. This model divided the country into regions, with individual promoters running shows in their designated territories and adhering to an unspoken agreement not to encroach on each other's domains. Vince, however, saw this model as outdated and limiting. He believed that the future of wrestling lay in national expansion, fueled by innovative marketing, cross-platform storytelling, and an unparalleled ability to engage audiences through television. Against his father's wishes and much to the chagrin of many traditionalists in the wrestling industry, Vince began to dismantle the territorial system. He aggressively expanded WWF's reach, buying out competing promotions and securing lucrative television deals that allowed him to broadcast WWF programming across the country. This strategy alienated many established figures in the wrestling world, who viewed Vince as a disruptor intent on destroying their way of life. However, it also positioned WWF as the dominant force in professional wrestling. One of Vince McMahon's most revolutionary ideas was to market wrestling as sports entertainment, rather than strictly as a competitive sport. This rebranding allowed him to inject theatricality, drama, and larger-than-life characters into WWF programming. Key to this transformation was the advent of pay-per-view events, starting with the wildly successful WrestleMania in 1985. Dubbed the Super Bowl of professional wrestling, WrestleMania combined high-stakes wrestling matches with celebrity appearances and elaborate production values, setting a new standard for the industry. Vince's vision for WWF extended beyond the wrestling ring. He wanted to create a brand that was synonymous with mainstream entertainment. This ambition led to partnerships with celebrities like Cyndi Lauper, who played a pivotal role in the Rock and Wrestling Connection, a storyline that brought wrestling into the pop culture zeitgeist. WWF shows began to feature more than just matches. They included compelling storylines, backstage drama, and extravagant spectacles that captivated audiences and broadened wrestling's appeal. Linda McMahon's role during this transformative period was equally critical. As the financial and administrative backbone of the company, she helped steer WWF through the complexities of rapid expansion. Her business acumen ensured that the company remained financially viable during periods of intense competition and significant risk-taking. While Vince and Linda McMahon's ambitions propelled WWF to unprecedented heights, the journey was not without its challenges. The company faced fierce competition from rival promotions, such as Jim Crockett Promotions and the American Wrestling Association, which sought to preserve the territorial model. Legal battles, financial pressures, and industry criticism were constant obstacles as Vince pursued his vision of a unified national wrestling brand. By the late 1980s, however, WWF's dominance was undeniable. Iconic wrestlers like Hulk Hogan, Macho Man Randy Savage, and Andre the Giant became household names, while WWF merchandise, television programming, and live events generated millions in revenue. Vince's gamble on pay-per-view events paid off handsomely, with WrestleMania becoming an annual cultural phenomenon. The McMahons' early years of struggle and determination laid the foundation for a wrestling empire that continues to thrive. Vince's willingness to challenge convention and take risks redefined professional wrestling, while Linda's behind-the-scenes contributions ensured the company's stability and growth. Together, they transformed WWF, now WWE, into a global brand that stands at the intersection of sports and entertainment. Today, WWE is a testament to the McMahon's vision, resilience, and ability to adapt. From its humble beginnings in regional wrestling to its status as a billion-dollar enterprise, the McMahon story is one of ambition, innovation, and a relentless drive to entertain audiences worldwide. Linda's role in the business. While Vince was the public face of WWF, Linda played a pivotal role behind the scenes. She helped negotiate television contracts, manage the company's legal affairs, and ensured that the business remained solvent during its early years. Her legal expertise proved invaluable as the company faced mounting challenges, including lawsuits and competition from rival promotions. The creation of WrestleMania. In 1985, Vince and Linda gambled everything on the first WrestleMania. The event was a high-stakes venture that relied heavily on celebrity involvement, including Muhammad Ali, Cyndi Lauper, and Mr. T, to attract mainstream attention. If the event had failed, WWF would likely have gone bankrupt. Instead, it became a massive success, solidifying WWF as a cultural phenomenon and cementing Vince and Linda as visionary leaders. The dark side of success, scandals and controversies. As WWF grew into WWE and became a global powerhouse, the McMahons found themselves at the center of numerous scandals and controversies. These ranged from legal battles to personal indiscretions, testing the resilience of both their marriage and their business. The steroid era. One of the most significant controversies of the early 1990s was the steroid scandal. The U.S. government accused Vince McMahon of distributing anabolic steroids to his wrestlers, a practice that had become widespread in the industry. The trial, which began in 1994, was a media spectacle, with Vince facing the possibility of imprisonment. Linda's role during this crisis was crucial. As Vince's legal team battled the charges, Linda kept the company running, ensuring that WWE's operations remained stable. Vince was ultimately acquitted, but the trial exposed the darker underbelly of professional wrestling, including rampant drug use and exploitative practices. Treatment of wrestlers. Throughout their tenure, the McMahons have faced criticism for WWE's treatment of its wrestlers. Classified as independent contractors rather than employees, wrestlers do not receive benefits like health insurance or retirement plans, despite the physical toll of their work. Critics argue that this model prioritizes profit over the well-being of performers. Linda, who often positioned herself as the company's moral compass, has defended WWE's practices, arguing that the company provides extensive resources to its talent. However, allegations of mistreatment and negligence continue to haunt WWE's legacy. The Benoit tragedy. In 2007, WWE faced one of its darkest moments when wrestler Chris Benoit did dark things to his wife and son before doing them to himself. The incident sparked widespread scrutiny of WWE, particularly regarding its grueling schedules, lack of mental health support, and the long-term effects of concussions. The McMahons publicly addressed the tragedy, pledging to implement stricter wellness policies, but the incident remains a stain on WWE's history. Vince McMahon's infidelities and allegations. Vince McMahon's personal life has been marked by numerous allegations of infidelity and misconduct. Over the years, multiple women have accused Vince of sexual harassment and inappropriate behavior, with some cases resulting in settlements. These allegations have often cast a shadow over his professional achievements and strained his marriage to Linda. The 2022 scandal. The most significant blow to Vince's reputation came in 2022, when reports revealed that he had paid millions of dollars in hush money to women who accused him of misconduct. This scandal forced Vince to temporarily step down as WWE chairman and CEO, marking a rare moment of accountability in his storied career. Linda McMahon's political ambitions. Linda McMahon's foray into politics represents a departure from the wrestling world, but is deeply tied to the McMahon brand. In 2010 and 2012, she ran for the U.S. Senate in Connecticut, spending millions of dollars on her campaigns. While both attempts were unsuccessful, they established Linda as a significant figure in Republican politics. Administrator of the Small Business Administration. In 2017, Linda was appointed Administrator of the Small Business Administration under President Donald Trump. Her tenure was marked by efforts to support small businesses, though critics questioned her qualifications, citing WWE's controversial business practices. Shane and Stephanie McMahon. The McMahon's children, Shane and Stephanie, have played pivotal roles in WWE, contributing to the family legacy both on-screen and behind the scenes. From an early age, Shane and Stephanie were immersed in the world of professional wrestling, often appearing at live events and absorbing the intricacies of the business. Their eventual involvement in WWE was not only a natural progression, but also a testament to Vince and Linda McMahon's vision of WWE as a family-run enterprise. Shane McMahon, the elder of the two siblings, made his on-screen debut in the late 1990s during the height of WWE's Attitude Era. Known for his charismatic persona and daredevil stunts, Shane became a fan favorite, earning a reputation for putting his body on the line in high-risk matches. Iconic moments such as his leap from the top of the Hell in a Cell structure at King of the Ring 2001 solidified his status as one of the most daring performers in WWE history. However, Shane's relationship with WWE has been tumultuous. Despite his popularity, he often clashed with Vince over the direction of the company. Seeking to carve out his own path, Shane left WWE in 2009 to pursue other business ventures, including a successful tenure as the CEO of China-based video-on-demand company U-On-Demand. Shane's departure created a significant rift within the McMahon family, as he was once seen as the natural successor to Vince. However, Shane's love for WWE eventually brought him back in 2016, where he re-emerged as an on-screen authority figure, an occasional wrestler. His return reignited fan interest and showcased his enduring passion for the wrestling business. Despite ongoing tensions with his father over creative decisions, Shane has remained a prominent figure in WWE, continuing to contribute to its legacy through his performances and insights. Stephanie McMahon, in contrast, has taken a more structured and strategic approach to her role within WWE. Initially appearing as an on-screen character during the late 1990s, Stephanie evolved from playing a spoiled heiress to becoming one of the most powerful women in the industry. As WWE's chief brand officer, Stephanie has been instrumental in shaping the company's public image and outreach efforts. She has spearheaded initiatives like WWE's partnership with Susan G. Komen for breast cancer awareness, the Be a Star anti-bullying campaign, and the company's expansion into digital and social media platforms. Her efforts have been crucial in modernizing WWE's branding and fostering a more inclusive and socially conscious image for the organization. A significant chapter in Stephanie's life and career has been her marriage to Paul Triple H Levesque, one of WWE's most celebrated performers. The couple met in the late 1990s during a scripted on-screen romance, which later blossomed into a real-life relationship. They married in 2003, creating a power couple that has since become central to WWE's future. Triple H, a 14-time world champion, transitioned from in-ring competition to an executive role, focusing on talent development and creative direction. One of Triple H's most notable achievements has been his work with WWE's NXT brand, which he transformed from a developmental territory into a critically acclaimed third brand. Under his leadership, NXT became a breeding ground for some of WWE's most promising stars, earning praise for its focus on athleticism, storytelling, and innovative matches. Triple H's vision for NXT has been lauded by fans and industry insiders alike, positioning him as a forward-thinking leader who understands the evolving landscape of professional wrestling. Together, Stephanie and Triple H represent the next generation of WWE leadership. Their combined efforts in talent development, branding, and global expansion have laid the groundwork for WWE's future, ensuring that the company remains a dominant force in the entertainment industry. Their partnership, both personal and professional, underscores the McMahon family's enduring influence on WWE, as they continue to adapt to new challenges while preserving the legacy built by Vince and Linda McMahon. As Shane, Stephanie, and Triple H navigate their respective roles within the company, the McMahon dynasty remains firmly entrenched at the heart of WWE, carrying the family's vision into the future. Enduring partnership amid turmoil. Linda and Vince McMahon's relationship is a testament to their shared ambition and resilience. Despite numerous scandals, personal struggles, and public scrutiny, they have remained a united front. Their partnership has not only reshaped professional wrestling, but also influenced broader entertainment and business landscapes. The McMahon story is one of ambition, controversy, and endurance. They have built an empire that has entertained millions, but their legacy is complicated by allegations of misconduct and the ethical questions surrounding their business practices. As they move into the twilight of their careers, Linda and Vince McMahon remain polarizing figures. Their impact on wrestling and entertainment undeniable. What do you think of Linda and Vince McMahon's controversial journey? Share your thoughts below.